guys, you're welcome back again to my channel. My name is Eva Rosie. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make this outfit as you can see on the screen. So if you are new here, you are welcome, and to everyone returning back, I want to say thank you for returning back. And without further ado, let's get started. As you can see, I already have the basic bodice princess seam version that we have up on the channel. So if you want to find out, check the link in the description box. So I'm going to reinsert the neckline of this outfit. It's going to be a v-neck, and the measurement is going to be 4 by 7.5 inches. So the depth is going to be 7.5, while the width is going to be 4 inches. And as we proceed, I want to remind you that it is important you watch to the end of this video, because there are a lot of things that you need to know about this outfit, little things that matters that will make your outfit to come out fine and perfect. So keep watching and pay attention to details. These things are very important, so you can always have a well finished outfit. So keep watching. So on this neck region, I'm going to contour the neck area, because basically when you want to make a v-neck line, if you don't do this, you're gonna have problem at the end of the day. So I'm going to find at least the midpoint of that neckline and take away 1/2 inch. So I'm going to connect a line from the neckline down to the apex point, and I'm going to be removing 1/2 inch from that level. So to avoid gaping, it's important you do this. If you don't do this, you're gonna have issues with the neck line of your outfit at the end of the day. So it is very, very important. Ensure you do this whenever you are making a wide neck dress like this one that we are making. So towards that area, I'm going to extend that line. I'm going to extend the center that line down to the hip line, and I'm going to exceed the hip line by at least 1.5 inch. This is because of the style of the outfit that we're going to be making. In order to achieve this design that we're about to make right now, the first question you need to ask yourself when you are looking at the peplum part: how many shapes can I see on this peplum area? If you can get this question correctly and apply all the methods that you need to apply, your outfit is gonna come out fine. So looking at the peplum, we are going to create column for all the shapes that we have on the peplum. So this will enable us to create the flare that we desire, or the flare that will match the design that we're about to make. So I'm going to create columns. I can see 5 different shapes. So the first column, I'm going to take 4 inches. The second one, I'm going to take 5.5. And while the last one is going to take the remaining part of the space that we have on this pattern paper. And I'm going to square these lines across. Please take note, we are working on the 1/4 of this outfit, that is the 1/4 of the peplum part. So by the time you place it on fold and at the end of the day you open it up, you will have at least the full front of your peplum drafted. Now that we have the columns for the shapes that we have on the peplum, so we are going to insert the shapes right now. So whatever you are doing must be between this space that we have towards the down side of this pattern. So make sure everything you are doing will accommodate within this space that we have here. You can eyeball it and insert them where they're supposed to be. So I've inserted the column number 1, that is the shape number 1. So we are going to insert the shape number 2. Just take a look at the screen, then you will understand better what I'm trying to achieve. Now the next is going to be shape number 3. So we are going to insert shape number 3. So the next one is going to be shape number 4. And while the last one is going to be number 5 shape. Now that we have all the shapes that we need for this outfit, so I'm going to make the lines prominent, and I will as well remove the columns so that you will see clearly and understand better what I am trying to achieve here. So as you can see, we have from 1 to 5 different shapes. Now that we have all the shapes, so I'm going to take a fresh paper and start tracing them one after the other, following them one after the other. I will make sure I match them and join them where they're supposed to be as I trace them out. So I'm going to trace the shape number 1 as we have it on the pattern. For the shape number 2, I'm going to flip it over and join it on that same line and trace out shape number 2. So you can see, following my finger. The next is going to be shape number 3. As you can see how my finger is going, so I'm going to trace it as well, and I'm going to flip my paper over and join it and trace them out. Next is going to be shape number 4. While the last one is going to be shape number 5. Now that we have connected all the shapes in one paper, so I'm going to remove the excesses. So after this, we are going to do slash and spread method. On each of the shapes, I'm going to slash them through. As you can see on the shape number 3, I'm going to give it 3 slashes, and I'm going to spread it by 2 inches, while the rest is going to be slashed by 2 lines, and I'm going to spread them by 1.5 inch on each. Now that we are done with the slashing and spreading, so I'm going to reconnect the shape, both the hemline of the flare as well as the waist circumference or the waistline of the flare. And I will remove the excesses before we can start pleating them. Please ensure to place this on fold. Ensure to place the center front on fold. It's important you don't forget this. So now I'm going to start pleating them. You pleat them as you have them on the original paper. So I'm going to bring the panel number 1 to the center of the dart of panel number 3. And I'm going to take panel number 5 and bring it to the center of panel number 3, while panel number 4 will be underneath. So now that we have pleated the flare, so I'm going to remove the excesses. Here you have to blend some of the parts that are not straight, so you just have to blend them by yourself. So now I'm going to start removing the excesses from panel number 1. So as I cut through it, you will see how I'm going to cut through it and open it up so that I will not destroy the second panel, the second shape of the design. So you have to do this carefully. As you can see, I am trying to reconnect the shape number 4 and shape number 2 so we can start cutting. I'm trying to blend shape number 3 as well, as you can see. So these are the things that you just need to do by yourself. You will not leave it the way you slashed and spread them. So just blend them before your final cutting so they will look fine. Here you also need to ignore some excesses. If maybe the flare is bigger than the measurements that you have, or the slashing and spreading, you just have to ignore it, because those are the things that will make your peplum to fall nicely. So now, as you can see, we have the quarter part of the peplum drafted and pleated. So remember to place this on fold as you do it. It's important you place it on fold while you're doing your final cutting. So as you can see, the one that I already finished, so as you can see, it's just the quarter of the design that we are trying to achieve. We are going to repeat this same thing for the back panel, but the only different for the back panel is after doing it, you have to slash through the center. The folded part, you have to slash through it, and also leave a seam allowance so your zipper can run through it. So now let's move over to the top part of the outfit. So I'm going to remove the excesses, as you can see. Please ensure to add your seam allowance while doing your final cutting. This is very, very important. Try as much as you can to place your notches where they're supposed to be. This will help your outfit to come out perfect at the end of the day. So when you are joining your fabric, you don't misplace them. These are very, very important things that you need to do while making your outfit. And for this front panel, please make sure you place it on fold. That's very, very important as well. So now I am going to remove that ½ inch at the center front of the neck. So when you remove this, you will discover that you will lose some centimeters on that neck region. So we are going to replace it. Take note of this. Don't just leave it like that. If you leave it that way, it's not going to be fine at the end of the day. So we're going to put a new paper underneath and reconnect the neckline to have a nice curved neckline. So this is very, very important. Anytime you are trying to make a v-neck or a wide neck outfit, please ensure to do this, because if you don't do it, you're gonna have problem at the end of the day. And once you do this, your neckline will lay flat towards your chest area. It's very, very important to take note of this. Then for the shoulder princess seam, by the time you join it, if you discover the princess seam is very close towards the neck area, you can shift that princess seam. You can shift it and bring it to the center. All you need to do is just to do exactly what I am trying to do. Reconnect it back to 1 inch above your apex point. When you do this, you slash through it and take what you have slashed on the other side and put it towards the center front one. Hope you can see that. So this will help your princess seam to be at the center of your shoulder. It's very important. So as you can see, the dress form and the neckline of this outfit, it is well fitted on the dress form. This is how yours should come out nicely at the end of the day if you follow these steps without any gaping, as you can see. Then I'm going to remove the excesses. Don't be afraid to contour the neckline of your outfit. This is why pattern drafting is very, very important. You don't draft directly on your fabric. So now we are going to move to the back panel. So the only thing that is different at the back panel is just the neckline. So I'm going to use the same neckline measurement that I used as the width of the neckline for the front. So you decide the depth of the back of your neck, how you want it to be deep towards the back area of your neck. So making sure the shoulder seam line is equal so that when you join your princess seam, it will be the same thing with what you have at the front panel. So measure it, place them together, make sure where you have your dart is equal with what you have at the front. This is very important so that the two lines will come to meet together at the same point. So mine falls the same place, so I'm going to leave it without contouring it. So I'm just going to connect this princess seam down to the waist dart. So towards the center back of the zipper, so I'm going to remove ½ inch at the waistline and reconnect it back to the original line of the center back. Then please ensure to add your zipper allowance. This is very important. Add 1 inch for your zipper allowance as well as side seam allowance. Take note of this before your final cutting. So here we have both the front and the back panel. So I'm going to transfer this on my fabric and I'm going to show you how you're going to join it. So now I'm back to the peplum. While I was drafting the peplum part, I told you that the center front of the peplum should be on fold. So but when you want to cut your fabric, you have to open it up the way you are seeing it right now on the screen, and make sure you have 2 layers of fabric, the one for your facing and one for the up top part of your peplum. So, and I'm going to cut through it, as you can see. After cutting through it, then you cut the upper part as well with the facing as well, that is the lining part of it. So this is how you're gonna join it. You take one part and join it, place it together, right side facing each other, then unrun your stitch. So for the peplum part, you are going to run your stitch underneath towards the down part. You run your stitch right round, and then you turn it and give it a good press. It's important you leave the paper on it so it will guide you to know the extent you're going to run your stitch. So as you can see, I am done with that and I'm giving it a good press. So after this, you have to take your paper back to it and make sure you place them where they're supposed to be and use it to pleat your peplum part. Then after that, you join it. While trying to pleat your peplum, it will be good you refer to your original paper. This will help you to place them correctly so that your peplum will come out perfect, as you can see. So after doing this, you join the top part towards the peplum, and that's all. And I hope this will help you to achieve yours. Leave a comment below. If you are yet to subscribe, hit on that subscribe button and as well turn on your notification bell, and I hope to see you soon. Bye for now.